Good morning. Today is Friday, November 1st, and it is a blue day. Welcome to WSMS. Please give your attention to Lillian for the pledge.
Good morning. Please join me in a moment of silence. Please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Remember to show respect, make a difference, and set the bar high. Have a great day. Now back to the announcers.
Due to NJHS, Girls Who Code will not meet until November 8th. Please bring your friends.
Attention 6th graders. We will be offering a basketball skills enhancement before school from 7:30 to 8:45 on Monday and Wednesday. This will start next Monday, November 4th. At this time, it's just for 6th graders. Students should enter through door L near the gym. There will be flyers and sign-up sheets on the main office. Hope to see you there.
We have 3 Saturday open gym dates scheduled, starting with this Saturday, November 2nd. The gym will be open for you from 1:30 a.m. to noon. The Saturday open gyms will continue for 3 weeks in a row, so mark these dates and tell your friends. November 2nd, 9th, and 16th.
All classes for Mrs. Curlis need to report to the LGI today. You do not need to bring your PE clothes.
All Miss Shaw's class periods 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 are to report to Miss Shaw's room 202 today. Do not go to the gym.
Reminder to all team students, the team's meetings will be meeting for next Monday, 11/4, will be canceled. We will meet again on 11/11.
Attention all student council grade level leaders. Please remember that there will be a leader-only meeting on Monday, November 4th, right after school in Mrs. Grover's classroom. Please tell your ride to pick you up at door F at 4:45. Thank you. See you after school on Monday, Mrs. Grover.
Now for a special announcement.
Hey, good morning, everybody. We just want to get on for a couple of reminders. Happy Friday here today. We do have our Sparty Party today. So just a reminder, you should have gotten, if not, you will, after announcements, your wristbands. For anybody who sold 3 or more items, you are eligible to go to the Sparty Party. Again, 6th graders, you will go to lunch. Do not bring any items with you to lunch. Do not bring anything at all if you are going to the Sparty Party. You will be dismissed from lunch right down to the gym. You'll need to show your wristband. You need to make sure that you have that on, and we'll be able to hang out for an hour down in the gym, and then you'll be dismissed to go back to your next class. Same thing for 7th graders. If you're going to the Sparty Party, do not bring anything to lunch. You will also be dismissed right from lunch down to the gym. And then 8th graders, you will be called down at the beginning of 6th period as well.
What are the highlights for that?
Highlights?
What are we going to be doing in there today?
We'll be silly stringing you.
Oh, I thought that was going to be you.
Nope, that's Mr. Fry. We'll have a DJ. We have a photo booth. We have some different games. We have a huge inflatable obstacle course. So it's going to be basketball. It's going to be a good time. So we're really excited about it. Yep.
Awesome.
And then, so that's today. Make sure that we're kind of paying attention and doing all those things. Additionally, we have our...
I want to interrupt real quick. Just to piggyback on the announcement about the 6th grade skills enhancement things that are going on. That is for girls and boys. We did this last year. It's a really cool thing with Mr. Beecraft. We want to get as many kids that are interested in basketball at the middle school level to show up on those mornings so we can kind of work on developing our skills more and more. So make sure everybody knows it's for 6th graders only, but for boys and girls.
Awesome. And so then it is Friday, so we want to do another Spartan Spotlight. Ooh. So Mr. Fry, our 6th grade winner is...
Emmy Nemeth.
Awesome. Come on down to Student Services. Our 7th grade winner...
Connor Tidwell.
And our 8th grade winner...
Josh Virgil.
Awesome. So again, these are nominated by our teachers. So thank you guys very much. You can come down to Student Services whenever your teacher says that it is okay. Also, to nominate our teacher, actually our VSS officer, Officer Jeff Hall Monitor 8, he was nominated by some of our staff members, so he will be the recipient of our gift card this week. Any other announcements? SWAG members, remember to go down and see Mr. Fry after
Seminar
announcements.
room. See you guys in a bit.
Back to the main desk.
Thanks for joining us. Please stay tuned for the 5-star video.
Have a great day.
Welcome back to 5-Star Life. Coach Seth here to challenge you to live fearless. Today I'm going to teach you a habit that if you will create it, it has the power to totally change your life. So for the last several weeks, I've given you some tools to overcome fear, but it's really had to do with things that help you overcome fearful events. Like, for example, when you're around people and you have a fear of being around people, social anxiety, right? Or maybe you have a fear of failing a test, or you're nervous about a sporting event. I'm talking about fearful events, but today I'm going to teach you how to overcome fear at its core, fear itself. And I'm going to give you like a new vocabulary term. The word is foreboding, and foreboding is the lurking fear in the back of our mind that something bad is going to happen. It's the thoughts that, I'm a loser, I'm ugly, I'm not going to amount to anything, today's going to be a bad day. And this is so different from the fears we've talked about before, right? The fear of, when you're going to, give a speech in class or something. That's up in your face type of fear, like we're all afraid of speaking in public. That's a fearful event. But this is behind the scenes, but none of us walk around talking about this because it would be silly to say I have this foreboding fear. We've actually coined terms that actually make it seem like it's kind of okay and kind of normal. And we say, I'm stressed out. Man, I'm so anxious. I have anxiety. I'm worried. But ultimately, what it really is this lurking, foreboding thoughts in the shadows of our minds. And the problem with this is this. If we don't address it, it can turn into something much worse than just stress or anxiety. It will turn into depression, which, listen to me, anxiety, stress, depression is an epidemic. 40 million adults suffer with it. 25% of teens struggle with it. But you don't have to. Today I'm going to give you some tools that are going to help you deal with this head on. So how is it that we avoid stress and anxiety? Or if we're already in the middle of, we're part of the 25% that's dealing with stress and anxiety on a regular basis, how do we get out of it? I believe it's one word: intentionality. See, I believe that the first part of your day sets the tone. See, the first steps you take in the morning will set the tone for your day. So think about this. If I want to experience Disney World, what do I have to do? I have to get into my car. I have to put my car from park to neutral to drive so I can actually drive and go to the destination and experience Disney World. If I want to go experience a 3D movie, guess what? I have to do the same thing. Get in my car, go from park to neutral to drive to actually move forward, to get to the movie theater, enjoy the movie, right? We understand that concept. If we want something, we have to be intentional and go there. But in our lives, what we do is we get up in the morning and we start our day in neutral, going nowhere, letting everything around us influence us. And what's the first thing we do in the morning, most of us? We grab our smartphone and we let social media, gossip, news, information, text messages, we let that set the tone for how our day is going to go. Research says that 25-year-olds and under are the most stressed out, anxious, depressed, and suicidal generation in history. And in large part, it's due to technology. So my question is, how do you start the first part of your day? So what I want to challenge you to do, rather than letting these foreboding, lurking thoughts in the back of our mind set the tone for our day, or letting social media and whatever comes across our screen, the first part of our day, set the tone for our day, I'm suggesting we do something really powerful, and that's be intentional. When I was a sophomore in high school, I was playing varsity basketball, and I did exactly the opposite of what I'm going to teach you. I did what I said most people do. They live in neutral. They're not intentional. So, before games, I would just let all these random thoughts go through my mind. I had these foreboding thoughts. You're going to miss layups. You're not going to play well. Man, you're going to choke in the pressure moments. I had these foreboding thoughts that would go through my mind. And I was struggling, and I remember one day that just everything changed. I was sitting with a teammate, and I was kind of sizing up we were watching the freshmen play before our game, and I was sizing up in my mind, the other point guard in the other team. And I was asking my team, I'm like, hey, how good is he? And I asked one question. I said, is he quicker than I am? And my teammate looked at me and he said, is anybody quicker than you? And when he said that, something hit me. I realized my whole perspective was off. See, I was letting these these lurking fears determine how I showed up on the basketball court. I was thinking the worst was going to happen. And I don't even know how all this came about, but I remember that was a trigger point that I said, you know what? I need to start thinking what my teammate thinks about me. That actually I'm the quickest guy on the court. And I started from that moment on taking time before each game to just sit quietly and picture the best. To picture intentionally myself playing the way I practiced, playing the way I trained, playing the way I dreamed of playing. And it changed my game. I finished that year, my sophomore year, as a all-state honorable mention candidate and had a great career through high school and played in college. See, this was a game changer. It shifted my mindset, and it's something that literally I found out later is actually a term called mindfulness or meditation. And I found out like LeBron James does it, Kobe Bryant does it, Michael Jordan did it. The Seattle Seahawks, when they won the Super Bowl in 2014, Pete Carroll, their coach, was asked, like, how did you do this? And he said a big part of it was we hired a sports psychologist, and he walked us through mindful meditation and practice and before games. In other words, they started their day with intentionality, and they went out and performed the way they pictured themselves performing instead of letting negativity control and dominate their life. This is a game changer for your life. So the really cool thing about this process I just talked to you about is it's not just for athletes, it's for artists, it's for businessmen and women, it's successful people in education. Researchers have found that actually mindfulness and meditation is a game changer for your life and a key to mental health. And so what I've done for the last 25 years is I've practiced this not just before games or on game days, but when I wake up. For 25 years I've done this. And I want to do something that I've never done before. I've done a lot of lessons, but I've never walked students through this process of starting your day in meditation. So this may be a little bit awkward for some of you because we're programmed for noise and action that being still and being quiet is challenging. But I want to encourage teachers right now, if you can, just kind of bring the lights maybe down a little bit lower in the classroom. Teachers, students, everybody can just kind of focus in. If you could put your feet on the ground, sit up straight, but make sure you're comfortable. Place your hands somewhere on your lap somewhere comfortably. Can be palms up, palms down, however's comfortable. And then I want you to do something. I want you to, if you're comfortable, I want you to close your eyes. If you're not comfortable with that, if that makes you nervous, then pick a spot on your desk and just focus in on that spot on that desk. But the key is to remove all distractions. Don't look at the back of somebody's head. Don't be distracted. Pick a spot in the desk, close your eyes, and now what I want you to do is I want you to simply just focus on one thing, your breathing. I want you to just inhale air. Just focus on your breathing. Inhale air. And some of you are like, this is so weird. Okay, you've never done this before. It may seem weird, it may seem awkward, but this is a practice that successful people do daily. It's going to help you. Just focus on your breathing. Deep breath in. Hold it for a second, and then slowly exhale. Breathe it out. Breathe in, breathe out. As you're breathing in, as you're breathing out, I want you to picture and feel any negative, stressful, or anxious, foreboding thoughts, any negativity. As you're breathing out, just you're exhaling, just picture all that stuff just leaving your mind, leaving your body. And what you're going to start to experience as you're taking those deep breaths in and out, focusing on bringing all the negativity out, you're going to feel a sense of peace. And in this peace, we're going to then shift. Once we get to peace, we're going to shift to gratitude. Now I want you, as you're still focusing on those deep breaths in, the deep exhaling out, I want you now to focus on things you're grateful for. Gratitude. It may be a friendship. It may be that you have a roof over your head. It may be the fact that you get an education, that you have a bright future. It may be simply thinking about what you're going to have for lunch today. Think about what you're grateful for. Develop gratitude that you have health, that you have breath, that you can live, that you can move. Now I want you to shift from gratitude into, I want you to start to visualize and picture you throughout the rest of your day? What else do you have this day are you going to show up to? So you have a class, you maybe have a practice after school, you have some extracurricular activities. I want you to picture yourself showing up, but showing up as your best. If you could show up in your best state, how would you show up to class? How would you show up in the locker room? How would you show up on the court or in the competition you're involved in? How would you show up? How do you want to show up around your friends? How do you want to show up to your siblings, your family? What kind of attitude? What kind of joy? What do you want to give them? What kind of energy do you want to give off? That's what you're picturing. Deep breaths, but you're visualizing yourself in your 5-star life. Now, I just walked you through something in about a minute time, but what I want you to actually do in reality, you can open your eyes, if you had your eyes closed, look at me. But what I want you to do is I've taught you a simple meditation. This is so powerful. If you would just take 3 minutes every day, take first minute to focus on your breathing and breathing out any negative foreboding thoughts. The second minute is just practicing gratitude, thinking about all you're grateful for, all the good that's in your life. And then the third minute, visualizing and picturing yourself showing up and living the life of your dreams, being the person you want to be. If you'll do this little by little, you'll step into the person you want to be and you'll live that way consistently. You'll even see LeBron James during timeouts. You'll see him close his eyes and breathe. He's practicing this meditation in real time. You can do the same thing. This is going to be a life-transforming practice if you can do this for the next 7 days. Create a habit. Your life will never be the same. Good luck.
Saturday is 10:30 a.m. to noon. Remember, open gym this Saturday is 10:30 a.m. to noon. Have a great day.